Okay, welcome everybody. We're gonna get this party started. We're having a spiritual feast. I just got the food on the table for you to have a little piece, because that's not the food we're talking about. Y'all need spiritual food. And the reason why I know y'all need spiritual food, because as the head of this clan, I look out here and I look at you all and I say, man, you all do not know who you are. You do not know who you are. It's very clear to me you do not know who you are. Or you wouldn't be calling yourself a slave, identifying with a slave history that's written for you. That's not who you are. He has hidden the real history. He made you appear as you just got here and you're a slave. When your history, the only real history, he has no history. You're oppressor. That's who I'm speaking of. You're calling yourself black, Negro, colored, African American, mixed. You're totally lost. You, you're lost. So some man sent from God came to tell you who you are, and we're gonna let you tell me who it is. We're gonna do the last part of his speech. I did 3 parts already. This is the final part. I'm reading from his books that he wrote. 1959 in Washington, D.C., before the Million Man March. This is talking about the real concern. In the case of a recent lynching in Mississippi, the government agents spent a lot of time trying to find the lynched body to show that it has been lynched. It would have been easier to find the murderer that, than the dead body. According to the papers, that is all you have to do. That's all you have to go by. The government knows the lynchers, but since finding the lynchers, according to the papers, they have turned the lynchers over to the judges as their own native. Let me slow down. The government knows the lynchers, but since finding the lynchers, according to the papers, they have turned the lynchers over to the judges of their own native state and court. Then they will be free, as all the other lynchers of our people have been free. You see that? The whole system is corrupt and they protect their own criminals. We have come to the point where we must find justice for ourselves or commit suicide. What good is your life and my life if we have no protection? If I were a black woman and my man were such cowards, they would not try and defend me and the children I had produced, then I would get a shotgun and kill myself. This is nothing but right. The things has come to a point of explosion. I am your brother. Your hurt is my hurt. It does not make any difference with me what religion you are as long as you are a black man and a member of the darker people. You and I are brothers. Your hurt is my hurt. How many years have you been frightened? Keep your mouth shut. Don't say that. It is not time. When is it going to get time for you to speak up for yourselves? You can't blame the government for not giving you anything when you are not asking for anything. The only thing that you are pleading for is jobs. Is it not true that John Hawkins, the slave trader of our people, brought you and me here for just that purpose of working for the white man. He didn't bring you here to make you the white man's slave. He is certain evidence. It is certainly evident by now that it was never intended for you to be a full citizen, owner of a significant office holder to America. Your role was that of a slave today, even though 400 years later have lapsed. That intent underlies your role in American body politic. How pathetic a sight many of us make as we boast of our meager education and the attainment of a measure of economic growth. All these things are illusion. When rightly viewed, your education has been designed by your oppressor with the specific intent of keeping you in servitude. Your economic growth has been achieved by installment buying, which is now clearly shown to be a Bangor rope around your neck of the black man. The oppressors own and control everything. We have nothing. What then is the basis of our vaunted and foolish pride? Something must be wrong upstairs. So I ask you, how in the name of common sense can we be satisfied with our role of servitude and as the helpless victim of injustice? If we have simple intelligence and love for our fellow men, we must sound the alarm and let the world know we are not satisfied. We must shake off the dead, dumb, and blind shackles that have beset us for generations, move toward unity of our kind. This is the truth. The truth hurt. I will speak it or die. I'm not afraid to die for truth indeed. I did not take this mission to try and save my life. I took the mission to fulfill even at the lost cost of death. I took this mission to fulfill truth, even at the cost of death. We must unite at all costs. Once united, we must stand fully packed as a wall against injustice. If your brother does not want to unite with you, then you must teach him, cajole him, urge him, persuade him by all methods available until he realizes that he too must give his all on the altar of justice. For what is 10 million of us die in the process? The remaining 7 million or more of us will enjoy freedom and justice. Allah is sufficient for all our needs. This is why I do not have to beg from an oppressor or march on their capital with my hat in my hand. How can I or one-hand preacher, let's read this right. How can I, on one hand, preach the doom of the oppressive system, and then on the other hand, ask alms of the oppressor? Allah is our God. We are blessed. We are given all the world to us if we would but first give all to him. I met with Allah as Moses met with Jehovah. Allah has revealed the truth unto me. It is up to you to believe it or let it alone. But this does not negate the fact that I know the end of it all. I know tomorrow. I would be happy to tell you if you will believe it. I want you to know that our oppressors are exerting every effort to prevent you and me from uniting. They do not want a united Negro. They do not want a Islam. They do not want an Islamic so-called Negro. They know that Islam frees black men from fear. As a result, it sets the oppressor teeth on edge. The power of Islam is best seen when compared with the failure of Christianity. First, Christianity has failed you because it was the religion which first placed you in slavery. Second, Secondly, Christianity has failed you because though its doctrine of turning the other cheek, through its doctrine of turning the other cheek, it has rendered you incapable of defending yourself in the hour of peril. Thirdly, Christianity has failed you because it has caused you to forsake the pursuit of justice in this world in the pursuit of an illusionary and non-existent justice beyond the grave. They say, get your justice in the sweet by and by. Now, my beloved, you are faced with the same problem that beset Moses and the children of Israel during the era of the Egyptian captivity. Pharaoh did not want Moses to preach the religion of Jehovah to Egypt because Pharaoh knew that that teaching would bring damnation to his wicked kingdom. So it is with your oppressor did not want you to hear the gospel of the black man. They know that this gospel will one day be their undoing. Pharaoh did not want Moses to call the Jews to the wall to wail at sundown. He knew that once the Jews were united in the name of the religion of their fathers, they would no longer abide in slavery with a docile air. Pharaoh did not want Moses to teach the gospel of justice on this side of the grave. He knew that once the Jews determined in their hearts to seek justice, here and now they would rise up and demand a place in the sun. So then, it is with us, our oppressor, are determined to keep our eyes in the sky while they control the land under our feet. They are determined to bog us down in an impractical ethics of turning the other cheek, the better that they can smite our cheeks and rob our pockets. We must not be deceived by the rush toward integration that has become the theme of the past few years. Let me stop here because that's very important. All we have now is a product of integration, meaning you have destroyed your own communities. I was not for integration 60 years ago. I'm not for it now. I didn't march for nothing. We had our own communities. No, they wasn't as beautiful as the whites, but we controlled them. At one time, they were more beautiful and more prosperous than they were. That's when they destroy everything. Well, let me continue. Let me finish reading and I'll do my commentary. Just as the Romans were to beware of slave makers bearing integration, just as the Romans were to beware of slave masters bearing integration. Let me read that again. So then it is with us, the oppressor, are determined to keep our eyes in the sky while they control land under our feet. They are determined to bog us down in an impractical ethics of turning the other cheek, the better that they may smite our cheeks and rob our pockets. We must not be deceived by the rush toward integration that has become the theme of the past few years. Just as the Romans were to beware of slave masters bearing integration. Why, I ask you, after 400 years of murder, rape, and slavery, do our oppressors now come waving the olive branch of integration? It is that they really love us. Is it that they really love us? Is it that they are sincere, sorry for their sins, and seek restitution? Or they love us, then if they love us, then why was there no evidence of this love in the hearts of their forefathers when they sold our forefathers like cattle on the auction block. If they were really seeking to atone, then why do they not offer us some measure of restitution? An area of this country we can call our own, to the sons and daughters of the in battle. They are not come to this hour because they love us, nor is integration a sign that they are sorry for their sins. The blunt fact is our oppressor or see fire coming. They see the handwriting on the wall and know what it means. They would have you believe that the days ahead hold glory for the Christian world. My beloved, I, Elijah Muhammad, who must speak if it kills me, and who will die rather than lie. Tell you this, I know tomorrow, I know the end of it all tomorrow. I know the end of it all. Tomorrow is not heaven for the Christian world. Tomorrow is hell for the Christian world. You have a blind spot because you have not come to the religion of your people. Instead, you are wearing and mourning over the death of Jesus 2,000 years ago. You're going insane over the preaching of Jesus' life and death. Yet you don't weep, moan, and go insane over the rapes and lynching of your own people in your own time. It is a modern disgrace to see you shouting and having spasm in church over this mistaken notion that God gave his only son to save the Christian world. What a shame. What fool God would give his only son to save the world, to save the devil? What fool God would give his son to save the devil? What fool people will give their all in the vain hopes that the devil can change his horns and lay down his pitchforks? The religion that has brought us to the brink of destruction is the ways of our oppressor. It is not our faith. It is not natural to us. Even our own oppressor cannot follow the very religion he will teach us. I have no alternative but to tell you that there is no life beyond the grave. There's no justice in the sweet by and by. Immortality is now, here. We are the blessed of God. We must exert every means to protect ourselves. The message I bring is not for the cowards. The message I bring is not for the cowards. Those of you who follow me must be ready to stand the barbs and insults of those who come to investigate, pry, and claim that our ultimate aim is to undermine the American way of life. We have no such intention. Our critics know it. There's nothing under the rug or subversive about what I say and teach. It is shouted over the air. It is shouted over the air in the newspapers, on the street corners. Why then should you be intimidated by those who seek only to throw fear in your hearts and know what we say is right? How ironic it is that the very people who charge us with disturbing the status quo themselves go around raping, lynching, denying citizens the right to vote, and taking and talking to the halls of Congress to call you and me everything from a beast to an immoral entity. Yet they unite with their own kind. They give aid and comfort to their own kind. They bring their common enemy to naught. When then it is wrong and subversive that you and I unite for the same end. When then it is so wrong and subversive that you and I unite for the same end. If you listen well, you can hear the screams of a Negro co-ed at Tallahassee as she vainly begs her four white abductors to leave her virtue intact. If you listen a little longer, you can hear the pleas of a Milwaukee black mother as she begs police to free her 6 and 7-year-old daughters from a white abductors who held them captive and took carnal liberties with them for over an hour. These acts of carnage must come to an end so that, and I suggest the following. Now, this is the last part where he's discussing the solution. Oh, I'm going over my time. So we get that the next time. We're going to have the solution. Thanks y'all for coming by.